You're probably going to ask me how we managed to spend 50 years together. And I think it was because of the kids, because we had kids right away. I didn't know that I could have children, so I was ready to start a family as soon as we were married. And I think for the most part, it was the children that has kept us together for these number of years.
Joe and I met when my brother was roommates with him in Lancaster, California, and my brother came down to San Bernardino where I lived and brought Joe down for a visit because he couldn't believe that my brother had to come home every weekend because he loved us so much.
By the time I met Marion, I was approaching my mid 20s, and at first I had met her brother, and he and I was sparred. We sparred a lot, and so I knew an idea what her family would be like. So when I met her, I knew she had the DNA and the features that I would like to pass on to children should we have any.
First, um, I think my brother Paul intended for my sister to be Joe's girlfriend, but evidently he liked me a little better than my sister, so we started dating.
My wife has not changed a bit. She is a late night TV person. And when I met her, we spent a lot of time late night watching TV.
We dated for 2.5 years before we got engaged, and then we got engaged in December and was married in September.
Our dating was long distance because she lived what 100 miles away from where I lived, and then after we got engaged, I moved away. So even during our engagement period, we didn't see that much of each other.
Manage.
It was kind of difficult because I didn't know her as well as I should have known her, and she didn't know me as well as she should have known me during that period. We didn't get acquainted because when we had instances where someone asked, "What food does Joe like?" Well, she didn't know what food I liked.
Is this the right one? How do you know this is the right one? Did you have any feeling?
Well, our goals were the same kind of background. He had 4 sisters and 1 brother. I had 10 brothers and 1 sister. So we kind of had the same goals and family background and beliefs. So it was just step out on the leap of faith and hope everything works out.
We generally have the same background, and we grew up, even though I met her in California, we still have the same general background. I was just south of the border of Louisiana and Arkansas, and she was just north of the border of Louisiana and Arkansas, even though we didn't meet until we were here in California. My wife my wife was not like a lot of women that had to be taken out a lot, take me to this place and take me to that place. We have always been connected to our families. My wife was more than anxious to meet my family, and I was just as anxious to meet her family. And I valued having met them, and they were all good people.
What are the secrets to a lasting marriage?
I think the secret is compromise. There's always going to be something that you don't like about your spouse. There's always going to be something he doesn't like about you. But if you compromise and accept each other for yourselves and forgive some of the things that you don't like about him. Hopefully he'll do the same for you.
We really didn't and haven't had any difficult patches in our marriage. We generally agreed, or she decided to follow me, or I followed her.